right, Bowl Expo. We're here with Joe Schumacker, another BPAA past president and legend, and won so many different awards. But anyway, one of my mentors going back many, many years. Tell me about Bowl Expo. What do you think of it now?
Well, Bowl Expo this year, tremendous turnout, very, very good event. You know, we're here in the heartland of America. A lot of people are able to drive to the show, and so turnout's been very good. But what's more encouraging than just the turnout for the show is the turnout of exhibitors and the amount of enthusiasm that we're seeing for bowling again, and people wanting to come here to display, to sell their products, because they know that bowling is a good long-term vehicle for them to be able to promote their own product. So it's good. Bowling, you know, we go back decades, and you say, well, good times, and there was a lot of times when we said, what's the future going to hold for us? Well, we're starting to see the future, and the future's good. Bowling will be with us for going on into the future, an untold number of years. We have to change them. We have to have a little different model. We have to approach it in a new way. But for those that do, they'll have a very rewarding experience, both as an activity and certainly as a business.
One thing I notice about this industry is the old timers, like you and me, the young people are listening and doing it their own way, maybe a little different, but they respect the paths that you guys led for them.
Well, one of the big changes is bowling was built, the modern bowling was built on the concept of a proprietor, an owner-operator. And what we're seeing now is a shift. Those owner-operators are retiring, and we're seeing investor-owners and manager-operators. So those investor-owners have a sophistication to them that might have been missing in some true proprietors. So they're willing to do things. They don't have those rigid walls up that says, well, that's not our business. They're willing to make changes in the business, and that way we're having much, much more innovation now than what we had, say, 20, 25 years ago.
Everyone always asks the question, bowling as a sport, where is it going in the future?
Bowling as a sport actually has bounced back quite a bit with both the men's tour and the women's tour, and with the youth events setting records for participation. The challenge is going to be maintaining an environment, and we're looking at a point in time with certified members with the USBC that the group is aging. So the big challenge is going to be organic growth, growing new league activities and new business, and there's going to be a very big change in that. The structure of leagues, the season length, everything about it will change over the next 10 years. So used to be we had this big, strong league base, and then we innovated around it. Today we're more driven by entertainment casual, and we're going to recreate the league base again. So it's a natural evolution. It'll always be there. It'll never be 75, 80% of the business any longer. But from Monday to Thursday, you know, if we didn't have leagues, somebody would be sitting in a room and inventing them. And so we'll reinvent that process, and we'll still have a good piece.
What do you think is the key that makes your center in Davie so popular?
Balance. That we look at the entire spectrum of bowling and say, you know, we have entertainment, we have casual, we have competitive, we put in a free piece to get people to try the experience, and then in food and beverage, we have a balance there. So the key to success is balancing it out in your trade area and being able to attract people that want bowling for all different uses. For birthday parties or competitive bowling, we can do it. We can switch it out. So that's the key for it.
And how is real estate? Is it surpassing the the ROI on bowling, or do you think that could be a problem in the future?
Well, I'm located in South Florida, and so my anticipation is that the real estate value, no matter how well we do, and we're a very strong center, our real estate value is going up quite significantly. And so at some point in time, you have to look at that. But the going concern value of the bowling center continues to build, and so then you have to just keep an eye on the dirt. But that's a big issue, because good bowling centers tend to sit on very good land, and then we wind up losing the good centers.
We saw that happen with the theme park industry.
Absolutely, because the dirt just becomes so valuable. And so that's something for the future to keep an eye on. And we certainly, with the amount of land we have around our center, that's something that we have to stay in touch with.
The good thing is what's happening with online, and the big box stores are available for us, and bowling is a perfect fit for many of these.
Absolutely, as all that space gets repositioned, because one of the biggest problems, biggest issues that we have is occupancy cost. And so when someone says to me, well, you talk about how good bowling is, they say, well, what's the bad part about it? What's the liability? I said, the lanes are too long. You know, we take up a lot of space. So if we're able to move into a retail space that then becomes advantageous for us, it works. And we can be part of a new type of a concept that's an entertainment concept blended in with retail, and give people more place to do. We just simply can't pay the full retail value for space. The business won't support it.
It's always been my hope that malls would basically give the space to good bowling proprietors for free, because they need you.
Well, it's the old thing that, you know, if you hit a home run, you want to touch all the bases. You know, if you can only get to first base, if that occupancy cost is so high that you have to be an exceptional business to break even, then you have to challenge whether that's the right move for you. So that's where we have to balance out. Where do we put bowling? Where do we build bowling? Where do we rebuild bowling in terms of facilities that can be updated and all that? But we'll figure that piece out. We'll have a good future.
That's great. Joe, thank you so much.
Frank, always a pleasure.
You've been a great mentor now for close to 40 years.
We're both getting old.
Thank you.
Thanks.